speaking of the UAAP, I reported some news earlier today about a potential change in the one and done system. Now, over the last few years, we've seen different UAAP squads bring in one and done recruits to play one season. Last year, it was Dom Escobar and Jaden Lazo for Ateneo. It was Jamie Malonzo and the world-renowned Keyshawn Meeker back in the day, James Lapot as well. We've also seen Leon Ramiro, Quentin Milora Brown, quite a number of guys do it for different teams. A few months ago, I had an international source tell me the UAP was making this move. A few weeks later, I had a head coach of a UAP team tell me this was happening. And then yesterday, I came across someone I knew who also confirmed it to me that this was something they've been working on, thinking about. What's basically going to happen is the players before who would finish undergrad studies elsewhere and then come to the UAAP for a one and done season, they're now going to have to do a year of residency before they can play that one and done season. Again, this is not like, this doesn't impact transfers if you're in the middle of your college tenure. This is talking about just guys or, girls, student athletes who finish their undergrad elsewhere and then try to do masters 1 year in the UAAP. That's going to change now. They're going to have to do a year of residency. And people seem split about it. Some people get why the UAAP might do this because, of course, we don't want to see mercenaries, right? We don't want to see people pretend they're master students, go to school just to play for 3 months and then try to go pro after that and then forget their studies. Some people are arguing this is anti-student athlete. It's not good for them to make them have to wait and sit out a year before they can play. Personally, I haven't made a decision yet where I stand. I know that's a boring answer, but I just see both sides of the coin right now, both the league side and the player side. If you really made me have to choose, I kind of veer towards the league side because at the end of the day, the UAAP, it's still a student before athlete system. You still prioritize academics, academic institutions. And if this is their way of ensuring that student athletes actually take their studies seriously as master students rather than just use that as an excuse to get their pro stock up quicker, then I tend to agree with that. But I also do feel for the student athletes. So that's why, on the record, I'm still split in the middle. How about you guys? Let's start with you this time, Paolo.
For me, ako rin, I mean, I get both sides. Pero ito yung iibahin ko sa sinabi mo. I will tend to agree with what Tita Tere Harling said in our GC. If they're gonna do this for foreign players coming from abroad, they should do this for for local players who are transferring. And this is coming from a veteran na talaga may history na may lumilipat away from us. So, kasi
By the way, I
unfair eh.
believe
Bakit?
that's what they're gonna do. I believe even the locals who try the undergrad and master's approach will have to do residency as well.
Oh, yun.
Din. Okay.
So, kung kasama sila, kung dapat kasama rin yung locals. Kasi unfair yun eh kung lang, mga PhilAm lang or PhilCans, Phil foreigners will be able to do that. I see a lot of ramifications to this in a sense that ang fear ko dito naman, baka magkaroon ng farm team-ish type of thing. 'Di ba na once the guy played his 4th year na, sobrang daming kukunan, daming offer agad. Which is unfair naman din. Parang, unfair yun lalo na for other programs who develop the guy. So I get it din naman eh. But at the same time, I'm with you, Naveen. It's a very difficult decision because I see both points. But I just don't know if it's good for basketball or Philippine basketball to have that much turnover all the time. And ayun na
But
nga.
Paolo, the key here is student before athlete. You have to prioritize the academics before the athletics.
Agree. And then, as it should be. Dapat talaga. But alam mo yun, parang, but let's be honest, not all of these guys are transferring for the academics. To be honest, di ba? Hindi naman talaga eh. So, I just can't give so much weight to it when the reality is right in your face that, no, I'm not really coming here to finish my master's. I just need 1 year. I just need 1 year. We've heard stories of guys who, okay, I played this season na, hindi na sila pumasok the rest of the year. Di ba? So, is it really about the academics at that point? So, I think you have to look at it from that perspective of the grander scale of Philippine basketball as it is right now, especially with so many schools, my school included, having a lot of
But
resources
Paolo, this
compared
isn't
to.
just Philippine basketball. This affects all sports of the UAAP, diba?
Well,
Which again
it
reminds
still
us
applies.
that these are 8 academic institutions. And that's exactly what they want to avoid. They don't want guys who come here for 3 months, pretend to go to class, and just play basketball.
Yun na nga. So, I don't know. I there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of question marks in my opinion. Kasi nga, the prevailing situation right now, I don't know if it will change just because of
Hmm.
this rule. Kasi the structure of of college basketball, like college athletics in that situation, for that matter, ito na nakaset na eh. So, okay, i-allow nyo, how does it, diba? Parang, how does it work in conjunction with that structure? Kasi, it doesn't change the structure eh. So, Sam Ekwe, um, I mean, yeah, I know the story of Sam. I know the story. Okay, I know the story of Sam. Totoo naman, Sam kasi talaga, he did not know how to play basketball. He was a goalkeeper in his country. So, na-develop na lang siya, talaga tinutukan na lang siya. But, this is not Sam Ekwe's NCAA or UAP. This is not 2006. This is not 2004 anymore. Diba? We got guys playing NCAA D1 playing in the UAAP. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I just, we have to look at it from that perspective. How does this benefit? For me kasi, ang mas priority ko, aside from the academics and all that, how can this help parity? No, I'm not talking about equality. Parity. Kasi nga, alam naman natin, there are schools that have a lot of resources. And vis-a-vis those who do not have these kinds of resources. And sa akin, if it can help that parity, I'm okay with it. Pero sa sitwasyon kasi ngayon, parang hindi ko nakikita na gano'n yung mangyayari. Parang mas dadali pa nga na mapunta sa mga eskwelahan na mas may pera para makapagkuha, makapag-recruit ng mga one and dones, 'di ba? So,
But
I mean,
the
let's
one and
see.
dones go to the schools that have money to begin with, diba, Carl? I mean, your Ateneo Blue Eagles, they're probably the most known for recruiting one and dones in the last 2 years. And by the way, this rule will only be implemented by season 90 if it does happen. What do you think, Carl?
Ang problem ko dito is, yun nga it affects all sports, which I understand. And yes, it should be na academics naman talaga dapat. Pero like what Paolo said, let's not kid ourselves. Ang college sports ngayon, hindi na siya just about the student part eh. It really is a gateway for young athletes to have an opportunity to be pros in the sport of their choice, be it basketball, be it volleyball, be it football. Ganun talaga eh. Yun na yung reality, and I think that's what's happening in the US. And for what it's worth, I think the US has accepted that. And I know the UAP doesn't want to be, susunod lang tayo sa yapak na NCAA in the US. Kasi syempre, they still want to separate themselves from that, which I completely understand. Now, being a student athlete, yes, student does come first. But for a lot of these one and done athletes, parang unfair for them really. I would have to say, as much as I would like to agree with what the UAP is concocting, or kung ano man yung naisip nila with this idea, I do understand and I agree na dapat talaga academics first over everything. But let's be honest with ourselves, hindi lahat ng atletang nag-aaral sa UAP ngayon ay nandoon for the academics. So I
Okay,
think
but
that's
how
just
about
it.
okay, for every Jamie Malonzo, there's a Keyshawn Meeker. For every Dominic Escobar, there's a Jaden Lazo.
Mm.
Diba? These are
Yeah.
guys who are one and done players, and they're not playing pro in the Philippines right now. Like,
Mm.
in fact, you could argue that if they had to do residency and finish their graduate studies, they could have maybe carved out a role, even if not in basketball, in the Philippines as working individuals because they studied more rather than going to school for a year, not getting anywhere with their basketball career, at least in the meantime, and parang baliwala din.
Hindi, gets naman on that point. Kasi nga, hindi nga talaga lahat.
And
like
sorry, Carl,
our
I'll add
friend-
one more point
Sorry,
lang.
sige,
I'll add
go.
one more
Go,
point.
go, go.
Sorry, one more lang.
Go,
If
go, go.
transferees from one college to another have to do a year of residency, then why do one and dones get to circumvent that?
Which is a good
Kumari,
point.
Jacob Cortez, lumipat from San Beda to Lasal, nag-residency siya.
Mm,
Di ba?
mm.
But because someone finished 4 years and pwede mag-masters ka agad, and by the way, some of the local guys take masters to continue their eligibility, they can circumvent that. I mean, there are principles to why this seems like the right move.
I mean, I would like to say na it is the right move naman talaga, pero restrictive kasi yung way of ruling it na parang I honestly believe there's a way of doing it. Kaya nga hindi ako nasa league office because I don't know what's the best for the student athletes. Now, ako, from my perspective, I think there's a way to do it na hindi ganyan ka-restrictive. But what that way is, I don't entirely know. Again, I'm just an outside observer na seeing na I want these players to have an opportunity to play. Kasi not everyone gets that abroad. And we all know this from our respective universities. We kahit nga, not even from our own, kahit sa others, no, with Adamson even, with FEU, with I'm not sure if NU has brought in a one and done recently, pero to and through with in the case of Paul Francisco. Pero even then, it's an opportunity. So ako medyo restrictive lang siya. I think there's a better way of doing things na hindi kailangan ng mag-residency. Pero if there is, I'm sure they've already thought of that, and then there's a reason bakit hindi ako nasa board.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Again, it's not been confirmed or approved yet. I imagine if it will be announced by the UAAP before season 89 begins to officially give schools and teams a year to prepare for this change. But like I said, I'm towards the middle and I'm veering towards the UAP side on this because, first of all, even if like a one and done athlete is recruited to a program, even the year they're doing residency, they're getting their bonuses, they're getting their allowances, they're getting their signing perks and whatnot. So monetization wise, the athletes are still gonna get it. It's just about now you go to class, get your ass in the classroom, take your listen to your studies, and make sure that you do the student part in addition to the athlete part. Also, I might argue that a year in residency might better prepare the athletes for the physical play of Philippine basketball. Sasali muna sila in the Team B tournaments, and by the time they enter the UAP season, I mean, doesn't that mean they're better prepared for the collegiate action? What do you guys think?
No, I agree. Kasi, alam mo yun, we've seen this so many times. A lot of these Phil Fours come in here thinking they're the shit, they're the best, and then bang, reality hits them. Diba? So, I agree. Kaya mas maganda for me yung may residency for Phil Fours. Saka, yun na nga bakit nga ba tayo may residency requirement? Isa sa mga dahilan yan is parang walang pagkakamal masyado ng kapangyarihan or ng player para pahirapan yung pag-transfer, palipat ng palipat. Kasi apparently nga, naging issue yan talaga earlier in these leagues situation. Kasi before naman, you can play agad Hindi naman ganun So, yun yung sitwasyon. So, for me, I'm more leaning into just maintaining kahit pa paano a residency. Yun yung sa akin. Para rin naman hindi maging wild west. Kasi, let's be honest, gentlemen, if there was absolutely no residency for everyone, let's be honest, kung walang residency, no, it's gonna be too chaotic.
Totoo naman.
Alam mo yun, it works for the NCAA in the US kasi mas malaki yung player pool nila, mas marami silang players sa pwede pagkunan. They have a bigger population, it works. Diba?
Fair.
Alam ko, alam ko, pag sa kanila, you can transfer like 1 or 2 times na walang residency, and on, like, on your second or third time, you have to take 1 year residency. Yun yung regulation nila. We can't do that here kasi nga, there's a limited pool of players every year. So if that happens, na Wild Wild West, walang residency for everyone. The turnover will be crazy, and programs cannot develop. And lalong babagsak yung mga programa, not just in the UAP, especially in the NCAA. They're gonna pirate. They're gonna get pirated more, di ba? Kasi wala na iisipin yung player, okay lang, I can play next year. Hindi ko na kailangan i-calculate pa kung I can risk a year off. Di ba? So sa akin yun lang. Iba naman kasi USNCA compare sa atin. So yun yung sa akin.
You know who probably enjoys the concept of one and done athletes having to do a year of residency? Those guys who are riding the bench the year before, expecting it's their time to get a bigger role in the rotation. Tapos sabay 2 months before the season starts, oh, by the way, we have a new one and done player. And 1 year of your eligibility just went to waste once again.